difference in
John.
the difference in their offense from the first half to the second half is what adjustments?
I think we got into the ball and we got into the pin downs. We got into the passing lanes. We defended. We defended the way we have to. You know, going into the playoffs. You know, we have some athletic wings and we have Jed as a point guard. And if you get a stop, you can get rewarded with an easy three or an easy layup. And we have to be able to do that. We're one of the best teams when we do get a stop. And I thought throughout the game we did a pretty good job. They were hot from the three-point line. We kind of did a better job until late in the game when they hit those two or three. I thought defensively we were contesting passes, which that's when we were really good. Last time I heard it was at halftime, mild calf issue. I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet. Him or the doctors after. See how he feels tomorrow. Down a few plays, but you never know.
Scott, this is maybe look at how you set the rotation up going into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty good look. Knowing this game, we wanted to get a win. We want to feel good about ourselves going into the last couple of days of the season, going into the playoff preparation. But yeah, it's going to be a tighter rotation. You know, you got to compete. It's the best of 7 after this next game, and first to 4, and every possession is important, and you can't disappoint your teammates. So I'm going to have to find guys that are going to compete and do it as much as whatever it takes.
Scott, you look happy, but you sound relieved. Are both of those accurate?
Yeah, you know, I wanted to make sure that we play the right way. If you look at the big picture, you know, we've struggled this past 10 days or so, but prior to that, you know, the story to me was that we battled and fought and put ourselves in a playoff position. We had a chance to be the 6th seed, and we did it without John missing half the season. So, for some strange reason, we didn't finish the job. You know, this last 10 or 12 games, we've been up and down. We let go of the rope a little bit, and it's I know John is probably. There's a good reason for it, probably, because he was in and out with all these back-to-backs that we've had, but we had to do the right thing for him and for our team. That we didn't want to put him in those back-to-back games. But that's neither here nor there. We won the game tonight with great effort, great team spirit, and that defensive mindset that we need.
So you mentioned Otto probably no tomorrow. Do you have any sense of anybody else?
John, most likely not. But he's definitely going to travel with us. He's had some good work, you know, in practice yesterday, and he had a high minutes, and he was pushing himself on both ends. So you're always worried about his legs when he comes back with game shape. But I think he's done a great job with our staff and our medical team to put him in this position where he can play a good amount of minutes. We tested him in Cleveland with I think 38 minutes. I don't know what he ended up tonight, but. He gave us great minutes and great effort.
Where is the quality of those minutes? With the little amount of time he's been back to get into game shape and rhythm like that, where is he? Yeah,
you know what? The only thing that I see that he has to continue to charge forward is his attacks to the basket for himself. Because I think sometimes he's looking for his teammates, and sometimes he's looking for them late. That's he's getting those late passes in transition. But if once he gets his rhythm down, those are layup opportunities or single passes, I call them. You know, sometimes he gets himself in the air. But let's face it, he's been out for 9 weeks. There's only a few guys in the league that can do that and then play against a high-level team the way he has. The 3-4 games that he hasn't played pretty well in 3 out of the 4.
Coach, how important was tonight's game going into the playoffs?
Yeah, we wanted to play the right way, just to have a good feel for how we want to play, and it helps when you have the head of the snake per se. But John, he's you guys know it better than me. You've seen him so many years. He's dynamic. He's one of the best players in the league, let alone point guards, and he creates a lot of attention on him, and he gives a lot of guys a lot of open shots. So we wanted to make sure that we play with that spirit that we have to play in the playoffs.
How tough is it to match up with Al Horford, especially on the offensive glass?
Yeah, you know what? He's an all-star. He's a multiple-year all-star. He's a great player. He's one of those intangible players. You know, he's always about the right stuff. He has major substance to his game, and he has those winning basketball plays all the time. He's a great three-point shooter. He's a facilitator. He's a great right-hand driver, and he's offensive rebound. He makes his free throws. There's a reason why he's an all-star, because he can do a lot of things well.
Ron had 21 in the first quarter. You guys contained Russell. What was the key to that?
I thought Kelly did a great job. He didn't. He had those threes late in the game, but he didn't have a lot of points. But he played hard. He played with a purpose defensively. He wasn't trying to, go out and try to get defensive steals for layups. You play solid defense. You let your team defense get a stop. You don't have to go for steals to get a dunk, the highlight steals that I like to call them. But I thought he had a great game. We're going to need him. We're going to need his shooting. It's good for him to make a couple of threes going into this last game.
Scott, before Brad's 4-point play, was he asking out of the game? He made a gesture over at the bench. I don't know if you saw him, but it seemed like he wanted to come out.
No, because he wanted when I took him out, he's like, Coach, I want to play some more. I wasn't going to play him for the entire 24 minutes. I knew that I needed to give him a 2 or 3 minute break, and the way the game was going, I would like to give him the whole fourth quarter. But, they made a little run at the end.
John's been shooting pretty well from three since he came back. Obviously, small sample size, but his percentage for the season is career high. If there's anything to that?
Yeah, you know what? I've been playing pickup games a lot for the last 2 years, and Scott has taken over our three-point shooting coach. You see him play, Scott shoots the lights out. So John has really done a good job of listening. You know what? John's a good shooter. He's a good shooter when when his feet is set, when he's focused on following through. I trust that shot as well as anybody on our team. When he's locked in, feet set, follow through it, and he can make that shot. But sometimes he gets bored with shooting jump shots because he's so dynamic into the basket and he likes passing the ball.
Scott, you mentioned earlier about you guys get to the 6 seed. How much of it do you talk about the playoff position of the team where you just let that ride?
I haven't talked about it. I talked about it, a month and a half ago. These games count. We don't want to end up, not being in the playoffs. At that point, you didn't know what it was going to be. We're losing John, and the unknown definitely hit me. I didn't know how we were going to respond. I didn't know how Thomas was going to play. Thomas did a phenomenal job of filling in those big shoes, and everybody stepped up. Brad stepped up, Keith, Otto, guys stepped up, but we just want to play well. We're not concerned who we play. We just want to play well. We know who we play. They're going to be a higher seed than us, but it starts 0-0, and it's the first of 4.
Coach, even though Boston doesn't have Kyrie or Gordon Hayward, why do you think they've been able to compete with everyone this season?
Because they got a lot of good winning players, and they compete. They got a lot of athletic, tough players. And Rozier, let's face it, he's a starting point guard. He's their 6th starter. He's a really, really good player. Give their staff a lot of credit. He has really developed over the last 3 years.
Scott, even though you haven't talked about it with the team necessarily, you've got a lot packed in and now these next few days with just sort of getting through this game and preparing for whatever's coming Saturday or Sunday. How do you, with so much uncertainty in the conference, deal with that as a staff or personally?
That's been the toughest part, because it's going to be a lot of late nights, and our staff has already done it. Our video guys have been working throughout the hours of the night. We don't know who we're going to play. It can be 4 teams. So you got to prepare. You got to do it. You got to do it for the team, and whatever it takes. We're going to have a couple of late nights. We probably won't get in until 3 o'clock this morning, and then we're flying back after the game. Probably won't get until 3 o'clock again. And then that's the good thing about being a player. You get to sleep in. Coaches have to break down film and prepare for the next game. But it's what we love to do. It's going to be a challenge, but everybody is in this position is thankful, because there's 14 teams that are going to be wishing they were in this position of being tired every night during the playoffs.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.